This is your weekend Barbados Today news update for Friday, March the 31st. Thanks for joining us. I am Emmanuel Joseph. 2 years ago, veteran trade unionist Walter Maloney retired from the National Union of Public Workers, but today he says he no longer recognizes the union he served for 10 years as president. Speaking at a Democratic Labour Party lunchtime lecture at party headquarters today, Maloney suggested the current industrial relations climate was one of acrimony and chaos. He charged that it was being spurred by partisan political motivation from the NUPW leadership and accused the union of destroying long-standing relations between government departments and the union.
It appears to me that closeness, the relationship where people trust each other is no longer there. And so you see more and more of this, you need to do this people, this somebody talking, don't know somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And that to me, first is bad manners anyhow, but it is not what you do, okay? Unions will fight because that's the nature of unionism. We will have to fight for things that we want. Nobody gives you anything. But at the same time, you do it in a way that you create a strategy where the fighting becomes less and less.
The former union boss is also taking issue with the NUPW's demands for a 23% pay increase, describing it as absurd. Maloney contends it's unreasonable to expect such a costly pay hike in the current economic environment. He warned that it will have a negative impact.
And I find it a little disconcerting. Then we ask for things when, you know, it becomes very, very difficult for the employer to deliver. I still am yet to wrap my head around why a union in this day and age, where economies across the Caribbean is not going by any more than maybe 1.5%, to think it possible that any government should offer 23% to workers. And if they do, certainly one will have to ask themselves, what is the follow-up? But believe you me, there will be a follow-up.
Now, the ruling Democratic Labour Party has dominated the constituency of St. John for the past 51 years, but there are signs that it is losing its stranglehold on the rural parish. As we continue our Pulse of the People series, a Barbados Today news team traversed the rural parish today. Some residents who once voted for the DLP say they have switched allegiance to the Barbados Labour Party, while others declared they will not be casting their ballots for the sitting MP Mara Thompson. The disgruntled residents are not happy with the state of the roads, the poor bus service, and broken promises.
The government might be at fault for neglecting the parish, right? But the roads weren't doing very badly, that I would say. But I don't know what she can do.
If you might try someone else and it might never do no better, it might not get no better neither. So as she there, congratulations to remain there because you don't know.
We don't get neglect from Martins Bay to Foster House.
Are you going to one morning and you say that I can do my little route and catch the 10:30 bus? Sometimes when 11, 12:30 you won't get in a bus.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, you get a bus at 2 o'clock. Then it going to collect the children from St. Margaret's, that was school name.
Yeah.
At that time, you know, in that bus stand standing up so long. That's something you see people just falling down, fainting and anything. So it's been real, real hurtful.
I'm supporting nobody on myself. But I want some help. With this old house I got here, Gunny Gully, and I had to try and pop it up myself.
It's not personal. I can't stop my pension. I got to stop everybody else one. You understand? I don't vote for them.
It's time to get real about the issues facing the youth of Barbados. That's the call of Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator Harry Husbands, who was speaking at a discussion this morning on violence among Caribbean youth hosted by the University of the West Indies Youth Development Program and Team Action International, Inc. at UN House. Husband says more resources must be allocated to helping young people, even as he insisted that the majority of the nation's youth are on the right track.
Our societies, again, we have not yet reached the stage where we place great emphasis on psychology and how people think and what influences thought and so on and so forth. We have not, in Barbados, for example, we have now only reached the stage of having in primary schools in Barbados counselors, because we recognize how serious, even at the elementary school level, how serious the challenges that many of our students have. But again, we have to allocate resources, and at this stage, we are not in a position to provide psychologists and social workers in every single elementary school. So some schools have to share.
Police are continuing investigations into a burglary at the Wesley Hall Junior School, and they are appealing for the public's help. The school was closed this morning after teachers who arrived at the King Street St. Michael's School discovered that some sections were broken into. According to police, a total of 17 classrooms were affected. Anyone with information on the break-in is asked to contact the Criminal Investigation Department at Central Police Station at 430-7634 or 430-7175, Police Emergency at 211, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477. In sports now, the St. Michael's School and Christchurch Foundation are the champions in this year's Barbados Secondary School Championships. After 2 days of fantastic competition, the St. Michael boys dominated their opponents, amassing 313 points to take the top spot. Harrison College had to settle for second with 259.50 points, and the Christchurch Foundation third with 196.5. The Christchurch Foundation girls took the girls' title with 332 points. Springer Memorial finished second with 264.53, and Harrison College with 221.83. Congratulations to all schools and their athletes.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I got how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling. This month now I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have made a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You gotta call that Sunset News. Cause at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados today online for free. I can't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, at pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
A pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the region now, education authorities in Martinique have issued an alert to schools over a social media game that encourages players to commit suicide. Dubbed Blue Whale Challenge, the game reportedly consists of 50 challenges. Players taking part in the social media challenge are encouraged to carry out disturbing tasks such as cutting the shape of a whale into their bodies. Players eventually win the challenge by committing suicide. It is believed that the challenge is responsible for hundreds of teenage suicides in Russia. Similar warnings about the Blue Whale Challenge have been issued in European countries where authorities have urged parents to be alert to sudden changes in the behavior of their children, especially if they are frequent users of social media. On the international front, United States health officials have begun the second phase of the testing of a vaccine to protect against Zika, the mosquito-borne virus. The first volunteer was vaccinated Wednesday at the Baylor College of Medicine in Houston as the National Institutes of Health gears up for the U.S. $100 million study that aims to enroll at least 2,400 people in Texas, Florida, Puerto Rico, and 5 at-risk countries: Brazil, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, and Peru. Zika has caused an epidemic of birth defects, including babies with abnormally small heads and brains in parts of Latin America and the Caribbean, and continues to spread to a list of other countries. Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of NIH's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, says it's imperative that public health research continues to work to contain the spread of the virus. Now, he is also warning that while Zika has largely disappeared from the headlines in recent months, mosquito season is fast approaching. That's news and the sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic weekend.